guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get this look using some new items from Colourpop. I use their new no filter concealers, which I've been dying to try because this is a big step for Colourpop, coming out with concealers. And you know, Colourpop, they just keep coming out with new things. It's hard to keep up, but it's a good thing because they're just growing and growing. And they're also going into Sephora now, so they're just pretty much taking over the world, you know? But yeah, I also tried out their Yes Please palette, the pressed powder highlight and bronzer. So if you want to see how to get this look and see how I liked the items, then just keep on watching. So I'm just setting my primer with the shade Full Zip, and then I'm first going in with the shade Mischief. It's like a nice yellow shade as my first transition shade, and I really built this up for a while to really get that yellow to show through. This will just help make the other shades pop a little bit more since the yellow is so bright. Next I'm going in with the shade Big Cocktails. This is more of an orange color. I'm just using as many shades as possible to create a nice transition, especially when I'm doing a halo eye. Next I'm going in with the shade GNO. This is more of a burnt deep orange and I just got it on my face, but I'm using a small detailed brush to put it on the inner and outer parts of my eye. This is just going to help the other two deeper shades I use look more blended. The more colors you use, the more blended it's going to look. Next I'm going in with the shade Spoil. This is more of a deep red burgundy type of shade, and same thing, I'm just focusing it on the inner and outer parts of the eye. Then I'm taking more of a dense blending brush to blend those colors together but keep them where I want them. I'm also blending it into the crease a little bit just so it has a nice transition from the crease to the halo eye. Next I'm taking the shade French Kiss, which is a nice deep warm brown, and this I really wanted to focus on the very outer parts of the inner and outer corner of my eye. I did get a little bit carried away and blended them closer to the center of my eye, but I just kept blending them out and adding more colors where I wanted them. Next I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm just placing this on the center areas of my eye because this is going to make our pop of color pop even more. Now I'm going to take the shade Chauffeur, which is this nice orangey gold shade. I used this completely dry. I didn't wet my brush at all. Normally with shimmer shades, I like to use Fix Plus or water just to intensify them a little more, but I wanted to see how it worked dry, and obviously you can tell it was super pigmented, so you definitely don't need Fix Plus, but feel free to use it if you want to. I'm just blending the outer colors with that center color. So I'm going to move on to the face now. I'm going to start off with priming my skin with the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. Longest name alive. I'm going to take a little bit of the Tarte Clean Slate Smoothing Primer and just place that where I have more pores. Foundation today, I'm going to be using a mixture of the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation and the Covergirl Healthy Elixir foundation. I wanted to stick to more affordable products since we are using mostly Colourpop today. This literally smells like paint, which really makes me eager to put it on my skin. Second layer foundation, I'm going to mix it because I forgot to. And this just looks a little bit too light. And I like to go just a little darker because by the time I highlight with my concealer, usually my foundation ends up looking too light. So I'd rather have it I would rather it be a little bit too dark. So for concealer today, I am trying out the new Colourpop No Filter concealers. I got 4 different shades just because I wasn't sure, and I also wanted to get a shade to cream contour slash bronze with. I will insert a clip of the swatches. So I think these were $6 each, and they come with, let's see, 0.14 ounces. They're a nice size. I mean, just looking at the packaging, I really like the packaging, and I also noticed that it has more of a flexible applicator, which I really, really like. It's almost like the new L'Oreal Pro Glow concealer applicator, which I really enjoy. I did see before I purchased these, when I watched another video, that they do oxidize a little bit, which is why I got light 20 as my latest shade, and then I got medium tan 35, tan 50, because I figured I can spot conceal my face with this if I need to, closest to my actual skin tone, and then I got deep golden 60 to bronze my skin up with. Before I actually conceal under my eyes, I'm going to cream contour slash bronze with the deep golden 60. This might not be dark enough. I'm going to take a Morphe G1 brush and first blend it out with this, and then I'll go back in with my Beauty Blender. Okay. I like to push as much as I can before I really rub it in, just so I don't move my foundation around. This color's not too bad because it's not too much darker than my foundation, so it kind of gives more of a natural bronze to the skin. And then I'm just going to take my Beauty Blender and take my Jady Wady 180 nose contouring brush and just blend out that cream contour on my nose. Now I'm going to take medium tan 35 and start highlighting the center areas of my face, and this will really be the test. I'm going to see what tan 50 looks like a little bit. Just mix a little bit of that in there. So I'm going to blend out the side with the brush and the side straight in with the Beauty Blender. I probably will go over the side with the Beauty Blender because I normally use that anyway, but I'm just curious to see how this works with the brush. Now I'm going to take the Beauty Blender on this side. And I'm going back over this side with the Beauty Blender because I just can't not use a Beauty Blender, especially with concealer. So I think this gave really, really nice coverage. I wouldn't say it's like super full coverage like the Tarte Shape Tape, but it's not light coverage either, and I feel like you can definitely build it up more. As far as creasing goes, I can't really be the best judge of that because I just have natural creasing under my eyes no matter what I use. But it doesn't look like it's separating too bad. After a while, they'll usually separate around the creases of my eyes. But it's looking pretty good right now. So I'm going to set my under eyes with my RCMA No Color Powder. I'm going to move back into the eyes and then we'll come back and finish up the face. So I'm first just using Mischief along my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take Big Cocktails and do the same thing. Then taking Spoiled, I'm mostly working this on the inner and outer part of my eye, just like the top. And then just doing that same thing with French Kiss, putting it along the outer and inner part of my eye. And then I'm going to take the shade Chauffeur and just place that in the center area along my lower lash line. And using Buttercake as a inner corner highlight. This is the Mr.Bing gel liner from Colourpop. I'm just placing that in my waterline. So now I'm going to move on to some of the new face products from Colourpop. I have two new highlighters and a bronzer, all powder, which is new for Colourpop. They have released the duo palettes in the past with powder, bronzer, and highlighters, and also blushes, but these are their first singles that they have. This is what the packaging looks like. I will insert clips of these two. This one is called Boujee Call, and the first thing I noticed about these were the names aren't on the actual packaging, unless I'm completely missing it, which is kind of annoying. It looks like they just threw a little label on the box, like they forgot to put it and threw it on the last minute. It's not a huge deal, but it would be nice if they included it somewhere on the packaging. I also got one of their new brushes. I only got one. Eventually I'd like to try more of their brushes, but I really wanted to try this brush, which doesn't have a name on it, so I will put it somewhere over here. But I wanted to use this brush to highlight with today, so I'm gonna use a mixture of two highlighters. I have the Boujee Call, and then this one is called Ruffle. This one is called Ruffle My Feathers, and it's more of a yellow highlight. So I figured I would try mixing them. So I'm gonna go in with Boujee Call first. And this is a cute mirror too. I like this packaging. Oh, okay. Ooh. Just put some. Wow. That's really nice. So I'm going to mix a little bit of Ruffle My Feathers with that. Ooh. Oh yeah. It's just made it that much more intense. I've been liking yellow highlights lately. A little bit too much on the nose though. Wow. I'm like super impressed, and it's probably going to look even better when I spray my face and blend it in more. What? Right. So far, these Colourpop pressed powder highlighters are looking pretty promising. Alright, let's move on to the bronzer. They had a nice range of bronzer shades. Mine's all messy because I swatched it, but this is in the shade CA Dreaming, California Dreaming. Same thing with the box. They just look like they threw a label on it because on the inside it says highlighter and bronzer, so they just must throw them all in the same packaging, which again isn't a huge deal to me, but just letting you know. This is a Morphe 401. So I like the shade because it shows up on me without being super dark, and the fact that it just shows up on me is a good thing because being a medium to tan person in the summer, it is hard to find bronzers that actually work for you, which is sad because I'm only medium skin tone, so there should be bronzers that are a lot darker. And I think there were darker ones from the Colourpop collection, so if you have a hard time finding a bronzer that is dark enough for you, I would definitely check these out. It looks like it blended nicely. Okay. I'm not mad at this stuff. I'm not mad at it. Fortunately, I don't have a powder blush from Colourpop, and the Super Shock cheek that I have from Colourpop is too light for me right now. So I'm just going to go in with a Wet n Wild blush. This is Apricot in the middle, just to keep it affordable. Maybe not. I might go in a darker one. I lied. I'm going in with my Sephora collection one because that one wasn't showing up on me. Just going to spray my face and then I will go find a lip color. So for lips today, I'm going to be using the Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Love Bug. So that is it for this tutorial on the new items from Colourpop. Overall, I'm really liking these items so far, even though I've only used them once, but I can just tell when I'm gonna like something. As far as the concealer goes, I do like it. I do like the way it looks. I just think I wish it had a little bit more coverage, only because I still see a little bit of darkness up in there. But I probably also could have built it up more. I just didn't want to go too crazy. But I did like the consistency of it. It blended out super easily. I love the applicator. Those are my favorite kind of applicators. As far as the powder highlight goes, I love this. Both colors. Like, hello. Overall, I really like these items. I love Colourpop. I'm so glad that they're expanding their line. I've been using them since they first came out, when they were just lippy sticks and Super Shock shadows. And now they're going to Sephora. Like, how crazy is that? Sephora's allowing Colourpop. Colourpop is going into Sephora. Like, are you kidding me? There's like no affordable brands at Sephora, at least not that affordable. So good for Colourpop for being the first more affordable brand to go into Sephora. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what else Colourpop adds to their collections. Maybe some foundations. That would be cool. But I don't know. I really like these items and I'm going to keep using them. I'm sure I'll use them in more videos, but if you like this look, be sure to subscribe before you leave so you can see, you know, my other videos. And give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on my other forms of social media, and I will see you in my next video. Colourpop's doing. I need to redo that. Help. It's frozen. Great. The highlighting. Oh my god. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Somebody help me.